Have you ever wondered what the best business class flight is between Europe and the USA? And particularly, maybe you've wondered, how do I get the best value out of my points for a luxury travel experience? Well, today I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to cross the pond. This might actually be the best option available, particularly if you live on the East Coast or can fly out of the East Coast. And today I'm actually here in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm at the W Hotel right now. We're finishing up breakfast. I've flown JetBlue Mint, which is what we're flying today, domestic a bunch of times, but I've never actually done it crossing the pond. So come check it out. By the way, we got upgraded this amazing suite. This is called the James Craig Deluxe Suite here at the W Hotel. You can check this out. Big bathtub right there. We got a big messy bed because we're heading out here. And if you walk through, the room's really, really cool actually. Swanky little bathroom set up, and then a full, beautiful room here that is full of a mess. We had room service last night. All right, Wags, you ready to go? What do you think? JetBlue Mint? Ready to try a new flight? All right, made it to Edinburgh Airport to see how this check-in goes. What do you think?
I think we're good.
They were good?
Yeah.
We went through so much paperwork and logistical issues to get WAGs certified for this flight, and we're about to go check in. So we've got the JetBlue line behind us. Now, of course, because we're flying Mint class, which is their business class or lay flat section, we have a premium line. So hopefully we get right to the front. We have a smooth process. Let's go find out. All right, we made it. So, it's like you have all the right paperwork, you're doing everything by the book, yet it's still nerve-wracking. Like, I don't know why. And I get this feeling sometimes when I go through security, like even if I've done absolutely nothing wrong, I go through and I'm like, are they gonna somehow find something on me? And I'm like, I don't understand why. Maybe it's just me. So we're gonna throw these bad boys on here, and we're good to go. Welcome to JetBlue Mint from Edinburgh, Scotland to JFK, New York. One of the things that I really love about the JetBlue Mint suites is that you get a really nice sliding door right there. So again, to have like an enclosed suite for a transatlantic route, there's only a few airlines that do that, and this is one of them. The hard product, meaning like the seat, the aircraft itself, amazing. Really cool way that the screen will pull out. This makes it really easy to kind of nestle in here to your little cove, and if you want to hit the closed door button, then you get your fully enclosed private suite with a big screen right in front of you, a great work setup, lay flat options, of course. So overall, just a fantastic. And they've got their cocktails list. And so we have the vodka, mint, rum option cocktail there, Venetian spritz, some non-alcoholic drinks, beers and liquors, the different wines. They've got the menu here for the food. You can basically just order that right on the screen. So I'm just going to tap the screen here. So I'm going to do some rigatoni, and I will do the fish and chips. Let's try it. Why not? And then after dinner, of course, some vanilla gelato sounds amazing. We'll do next. Start order. I'm actually very, very impressed. Should have an Aperol Spritz arriving any minute. I'm going to get some work done, some reading done, and then I'm going to tell you how I actually booked this thing and saved a solid wad of cash on this one. All right, so we got the Spritz. Take a look at this guy. Absolutely delicious. I got a little grapefruit in here too. Check out this entire tray here. So we've got the rigatoni, we've got the chicken, we've got the fish and chips. This is clear the chicken, pasta, some bread. Let's start with the chicken. This looks amazing. Dive right into that. Beautiful. There's Romanesco sauce, some flakes on top. Wow, really, really good. Really good. Wow, I'm impressed. Very impressed. That's delicious. Now, so get a shot of that. Wow, was not expecting that to be that good, to be honest with you. That's okay. Well, we gotta try the pasta next. So this looks cheesy. Oh my god, take a look at this. Look at how cheesy that is. Wow. People typically complain about airplane food, right? This is top notch. Honestly, like Emirates tends to have like a little bit more of like a luxury presentation, bigger menu. But this is on par, 100% on par. Really good. And it's interesting. Oftentimes, airplane food can be really freaking hot because like steaming, they just crank the oven up, and it comes out in this like plastic thing or like sealed container. It's scorching hot. This is actually really good temperature too. So we got one more thing to try. So let's see how fish and chips go here. A couple fish. Also great. A little bit of potato. Well, 8 out of 7, 6 to a 7. These two are an 8.5, 8 to 8.5. Really good. This is a happy camper right here. Approved. Time to take my espresso or dash some milk in there. Cheers. Gotta love a good espresso. Let's take a look at this. Looks like a delicious bowl of ice cream here with a little apple inside. And we've got our miniature spoon. So let's take a bite. Vanilla ice cream, baby. Can't build that piece of apple. I'm not going to be telling the world it's the best ice cream I've ever had my entire life, but it is certainly at least a 6. So now, for 2 people, this flight would typically cost $7,000. In fact, that is basically the price for this exact route on this date. When I booked this about a week ago, I went to Google Flights and did a quick search, and it was $6,977. So basically, $7,000 for 2, or $3,500 per person. So I want to give a little booking breakdown on how I did this, where I got such amazing value for my points, and also show the different options of how you could book it. Because obviously the simplest way, but the most expensive way, is just to pay cash, just to put it on the card and purchase it. Now, $7,000 for 2 people going business class back to the States is actually not a bad price, but it's still far beyond what I want to pay for a 7-hour flight. Like, to me, that's just out of what I feel like I would actually want to spend money on. So of course, we're going to then turn to points. Now, there's really 3 main ways to book a flight like this. Either you're going to pay cash, you're going to use your points through the bank travel site, or you're going to use airline miles. In a lot of those cases, you're going to have to transfer points from the bank into the airline loyalty programs to actually use those miles effectively. So let me paint the picture on this. So this flight, if I were to go through a site like Amex Travel, aka the bank travel portal, right? Now, this is where the banks want you to redeem their points, and they give you a fixed value generally of 1 cent per point. Now, depending on the bank program and certain cards you have, you may get a little bit of a boost on that, but generally 1 cent per point is the standard. So a $7,000 business class flight for 2 people would be 700,000 points. So that's better than paying cash, but that's still a lot of points, and that's kind of wasting them compared to what you could be getting. So what I did instead is I actually transferred my points, but I didn't transfer them to JetBlue. Now, of course, we're flying on a JetBlue product, and JetBlue is not a part of one of the 3 major airline alliances. So there's the One World Alliance, there's the Sky Team, and then there is the Star Alliance. And so when you're inside of one of these 3 alliances, you have tons of partnerships where you can redeem flights through partner airlines, and you have a lot more options. But since JetBlue's not a part of one of those, you have a lot less options. So I actually ended up booking this for just 80,000 points per person and around $150 per person. So that came out to 160,000 points and $300 out of pocket, which is pretty amazing compared to the alternatives of paying $7,000 or 700,000 points through the bank site. So there are different ways to find these deals, and that's a whole other thread to go down. But the key idea to understand is that instead of using your points directly through the bank travel site, you're going to find the best partner airline and find the best redemption. Now, even though it's a JetBlue flight, JetBlue would have charged over 150,000 points for this route. So I still got it even half off compared to JetBlue's own redemptions. Now, if I'm being honest, this is the magic to the whole game, and this is the piece that's really time-consuming, very difficult, very frustrating, and very complex for people to learn. It took me years to really understand the nuance of this stuff because these programs change, and the airlines change routes, and the credit card programs change. And so this is an ever-evolving landscape that if you really want to master this, you kind of have to stay on top of it. Now, for our clients, so I work with hundreds of business owners, and we help them turn their points into their dream trips. For our clients, we do this all for them. So we make it super easy to get these deals and experiences. They don't have to go through any of the searching, the researching, the planning, the figuring out the aircrafts, the routes, the seats, points transfers. We do it all for them. Make it nice and easy. But if you want to do this on your own, this is some of the stuff that you will have to learn. Now, there are tools that can help with this. There's tools like Point.me. There's tools like Seats.aero. There's tools like Expert Flyer, Roam Travel. There's tons. There's even more than that. Those are a few of the good ones that can help you get started. So if you want to check out how to find deals like that, I'd recommend starting on some of those if you're going to do the DIY and reading more of the blogs, things like Frequent Miler, 1 Mile at a Time, Upgraded Points, The Points Guide. Those are really some of the top blogs that will break down how you can actually do this stuff on your own. But again, if you are a business owner or you're someone that has a really high value on your time, you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an attorney, you're someone who has a really high value of investing your time to other things, I will strongly recommend to you to use an expert to get you the best value for you so that you don't have to spend all the time doing what I've done. Now, again, I've been doing this for years and I have a lot of expertise in this and I personally find it fun. It's part of my business. But for you, if you're a really busy person, I wouldn't recommend doing all this on your own. It just takes too much time and you could probably put that time into higher revenue generating activities that would actually return more for your time. So if you want more help from our team, you can go ahead and check out some of the links down below or check out the other videos where I explain more of what you can do with your points. And now I want to show you a little bit more about the seat and what comes with it. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the headphones that we have here. We've got the Master and Dynamic JetBlue Mint headphones. These are super comfortable. I was listening to them earlier. They are super powerful. You can't yet connect your AirPods to the screens. I'm sure that's going to come in the next few years. So let's take a look at this bad boy. So let's see what we got. This is also Tuft and Needle. Firstly, some travel socks. Okay. Gentle daily peels, skin exfoliation products, eye mask, some nice earplugs. Very good. Someone probably needs that because I'm talking a lot on this flight. This is a deodorant wipe. I don't see any French people on the plane, but if there are, they could use that. Toothpaste, hand treatment. This looks like a toothbrush here that we got as well. A little fold out section. So this turns into a nice little travel bag. Very cool. I could throw wags in here probably. JetBlue Mint, amazing hard product. Soft product is okay. I don't care though, personally. Like, this stuff is never something I go crazy over. I mean, on the premium Emirates flights and stuff, they do have really nice colognes and perfumes and all that stuff. That's pretty cool. But it's, to me, just such an added bonus. I care about them nailing the main thing, which Mint class is totally doing. And by the way, one other thing I'm going to mention is the Wi-Fi has been amazing. For a transatlantic flight, this is incredible. Not only has it worked the whole time, it's been really fast. Like, really good. I'm stunned by how good this is. Let's explore what they've got on display today. So if we go to movies, Amateur, Thunderbolts, it's a good decent selection. There's a couple movies I haven't seen yet, actually, that I'm interested in. The Godfather, got some classics, Fighter 2. So overall, solid selection. But I will say the nice big touchscreen is also a really good feature. I feel like that is something that some of the more premium airlines are yet to catch on to. I don't know why, but having a really solid touchscreen makes the experience much nicer. And the fact that it pulls in and out, nice flat screen, is solid. So big fan of that as well. Okay, so now I did decide I'm going to watch a movie, and let's go ahead and put this thing into lie flat mode. So what we're going to do is just hit this button right here. You can see there on the control panel, there is a bunch of different buttons, and what we're going to click is this guy right here. And we are slowly going down, my friends. Going down for the count. All right. Always a little awkward at first, but pretty awesome. And to be honest, I tend to prefer not like a full 180 recline, but like mostly down. And this is perfect. Leaning up a little bit is good. I'm going to shut this guy and lock into some movies. So we are wrapping up the flight here. We've got about an hour left, and they just brought out the arrival goodies. So we've got some cheese and crackers here, a little biscuit and jam or scone, and then we've got some tea. It's been a great flight. Overall, so smooth. Really, really enjoy it. The thing that's interesting about JetBlue is since they operate on really like the A320 family, so there's like the A320s, the A321s, the A321neo, the A321 long range, etc. The cabin size is much smaller than a lot of the other wide body jets that you'd fly across the Atlantic. So for example, like a 777, Boeing 777, or an A330 or an A350 or an A380, they're much bigger aircraft. So like, this isn't that big of an aircraft considering it's a transatlantic aircraft, but it feels totally spacious seating area, which is what I care about. But overall, in summary, I would say this is one of the premium ways to fly across the pond for sure, especially if you can snag a great deal like I did, where it's only like 80,000 points, like $150 out of pocket for a $3,000 to $5,000, maybe $7,000 ticket per person is really, really good. Now, you will, again, need to pay attention to the routing. That's the most important thing, because you're not going to find this flying out of most major U.S. destinations. You really need to be in the Northeast to be able to grab seats on this flight. That said, if you are able to position there, you're going to have a great time, and I really, really recommend it. I want to take a moment to talk about this little guy, because this guy right here, Wags, I mean, he's just the absolute best. The cuteness factor is just insane. But here's the thing. Traveling throughout Europe with Wags for 4 months, it wasn't the easiest thing. It actually had a lot of complexity. There were so many times where you had to add in like 3 or 4 extra stops just to get from one country to another because of paperwork, and to stop at vets, quite a bit of cost and logistical headache. But here's the thing. Worth every freaking penny. And here's why. Because you realize that you're on this earth for 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe 100 years, and you get one shot to create epic moments, epic memories to people you love. Why not just deal with a little bit of extra headache to have an extraordinary experience?
So if you like this video, then go ahead and check out some of the other videos I have on this channel where I explain how you can use your points for dream travel experiences and even show you some other amazing ways to fly across the pond. So go ahead and check those out. And if you want more help from our team in making this super easy for you, check the links in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.